Good morning, everyone. It is I, Wolfie. I am back with streaming some more games. Today we are going to take a look at the Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I am going to take my time reading. I'm going to make sure that I enunciate whatever I can, and hopefully this goes well. I'm going to try and learn this game best as I can. Take up the mantle of the Rogue Trader, the scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their trade protectorate and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of the Von Vancelis as it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks, and as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of the shattered protectorate and forge a new path for the Von Falas dynasty. Currently finding itself in a vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. The stakes are high, and even higher as you cross paths with terrifying power and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Koranos expanse. And we have voice shadows that includes one of the DLC characters, Kabila, who's a death cult assassin. And then we also got the Lex Imperials that have the Dog. I do not have the Infinite Museum yet, so we're gonna go this way. I'm just gonna leave it on normal, because I, for whatever reason, can't do a lot. A soldier. A soldier is a master of all ranged weapons, quickly able to assume the advantageous position. From where they stand, they're ready to rain fire on the enemy, while well trained in highly diverse range of arms. Excuse me. Rain fire on the enemy while well trained in highly diverse range of arms. A soldier is particularly proficient at blasting their targets with burst fire and area weapons. Core focus is movement and ranged attacks, cover and dodge, burst attacks, and area effects. Okay. And then so the firearm mastery, the soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to their weapon's rate of fire, minimum of 2. Using the weapon attack normally costs the least AP. These attacks do not spend AP. Okay. And then firearm mastery, desperate measures. Same thing. Okay. So there is the soldier. There's the operative. An operative uses intelligence and perception to find and exploit weaknesses in enemies' defenses. None can withstand an attack from an operative. Or focus. Precise single attacks, defense penetration, and area debuffs consistent firing position. Okay. The warrior. Warriors are combatants boasting in exceptional melee prowess, capable of dealing high damage in close quarters combat and withstanding heavy amounts of damage. They also excel in drawing the enemy's attention from less defended allies. Okay, I think our second in command is the one who's really good at that, which I could also play, like I know that. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into even greater threats on the battlefield. Extra turns, single buffs, rescuing allies, and momentum. So my last playthrough was this. I kind of want to go operative and kind of learn how to exploit everything. So with this, we have the Death World as our background. On Death World's planets, beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself takes an aggressive and destructive forms of imbecile to human life. While it's exceptionally difficult to colonize, many death worlds possess the valuable resources that require an outpost or another human presence on the planet surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the galaxy. Those tested and found wanting die young. Yet, survival instinct. Once per combat, when wounds of death world character drop below 30%, they gain 20% of their maximum wounds as temporary wounds. Death world characters also get a 20% bonus to dodge and their armor, while they have at least one temporary wound of any source. Okay. So we get some strength, toughness, and ability for that. We are also a crime lord. The Imperium's survives and prospers in no small part due to the narrowness of its vision, but most rebellious mind will, such as yours, could not be so easily constrained. Dark paths of smugglers and renegades that the wind behind the facade of the Imperium society, often a dangerous refuge for those unwilling to bow to the law. You used to be one of these dangerous yet resourceful individuals. At the start of combat, the Crime Lord gains intelligent bonus stacks of the Surefire Plan effect. Activation of this ability consumes one stack, makes the next action stronger depending on the type of action. So 10% bonus to perception equals more damage. If we move, our percentage of dodge and parry goes up for the next turn. And if we use a non-damaging ability on an enemy, that enemy suffers minus 10 intelligence bonus. The penalty of damage for 1 round. Okay. Interesting. You managed to corrupt an entire system and turn it into your personal den of thieves. You get +5 logic. You are arrested and thoroughly interrogated using creative and violent methods. So I have a little bit of Karos. This is affected by the toughness. It represents the ability to resist negative effects applied to some poisons. Ooh, okay. So, I like this. We're gonna go with that. Analyze enemies. The operative targets one enemy within line of sight. That target immediately gets +1 to intelligent and 2 to exploits. And exploits are if the operative hits a target with an exploit stack, that deals +5 times perception bonus more damage. Oh, okay, so the more exploits they have on, the more damage they do. That makes sense. I did like this one because it makes me think of Stephen Fry when he did it's from the Blackadder series. I can't remember his name. Yeah, it seems like a good tone and everything. Here, though. Yeah, that looks okay. Receding hairline. Yeah, let's do that, because we're in a very tough place. And then I kind of want like this mustache almost. Mustache and beard. I kind of like it. I kind of do. Yeah, I'm weird. We'll give him a back tattoo. And maybe a forearm tattoo. That'll be it. Because he's a criminal. Augmentations. You know what? I don't really need an augmentation for this man.
Cannons, volley!
We're gonna make him a bold male though. And the Patient Fortune will be our sword class frigate. Yeah, cool. There we go. Their name will be just keep doing this again. Hester, no. Barnabas. Wilbur. What a name. Wilbur. Barnabas. Marn. Lazarus. You know what? I like that. I think that's a good name. We'll go ahead and start. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. We are here in the essence of the God Emperor. I already moved a lot today, Fitbit. Why are you telling me more? Crazy to believe that we're on a giant ship right now.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
The God, the ruler, the higher power to which humanity offers prayers for aid and deliverance. Most would be driven mad with the despair if they knew the truth. The Emperor of mankind, the God Emperor. The man who has approached you has gazing down into the depths of the vast temple on one of the lower decks. It is a true, inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity.
Oh, by the way, hi everybody on YouTube. I'm sorry I didn't see your chat come. But yeah, okay. So we'll just close this back down. Why didn't this work? Oh, there we go. Now I can see all the chats. Hi, thanks for the sub. The man nods in satisfaction as your words have confirmed some thought he had. He sighs and turns to you.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Vogter bows his head and focuses his attention on you. My name is Lazarus.
My regards, Master. Or should I say, von Valencias, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of a ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
Holy shit, I'm an heir? No way. The Lord Captain? What a strange title for Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the Gold Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Oh, okay. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor.
Ooh, nice.
Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium, but from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
You got it. Look at his face. He's got a bit of scars on him. He's got a blaster in his hand. You have the curious title of the Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one whose ship I have found myself on.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Ooh, okay. You say I am the Rogue Trader's heirs. One of the Rogue Trader's heirs. Is there another candidate?
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Sorry, I'm having to talk about work and stuff. So. The Rogue Trader. Move your character by clicking on the spot on the screen. A symbol will appear. Your character will move toward it. Yeah, cool. Aha, look at this. We can walk places. A massive conference table, obviously crafted from some real wood. A resource. Incredible value aboard a void ship. Yeah.
A new challenge for me?
Show the data on the vid screen. The sacred mechanism has been interfered with without due reverence. The duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. Incomprehensible information is displayed on a large screen above the cognitors. You can make out references to unfamiliar systems and worlds among the numbers of logistical symbols. Ooh. Lay people interfering in the operation of the sacred mechanism disturbs the machine spirits. In the name of the Omnissiah, please refrain from doing any other profane acts. Okay, and then we already read that. Awesome. And we can kind of like search around and see if there's anything.
Victory awaits.
You hear the stuttering words of a prayer to the God Emperor. May his strengthen my heart, and may my humble deeds be in the benefit for humanity. Okay. A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2348th volume of the Lex Imperials, the Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Alright. Guess we're opening this door.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
That would be very nice. I would like to see all the trophies.
What's happening?
Oh my god, those guys died.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Well, that guy died too.
Death will find you soon.
You have been ambushed. The battle begins. To survive the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints and tutorials will familiarize you with the combat system of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Start the battle. Pistol shot, 2 damage. That guy died of 33. That guy died of 23. So the movement and combat, all battles are turn-based. They take place on a grid. On their turn, a character can move and attack and use their abilities. Select the cell with the highlighted double-click to move the character. Movement points are dedicated by MP. How far they can move on their turn. 1 MP corresponds to 1 cell on the battlefield. Moving diagonally will cost more, and every second cell uses 2 MP. At the beginning of each turn, movement points are restored to their maximum value. Note that once a character starts moving, the action can no longer be cancelled. So, I have, looks like, 6 points to move. So I can move to here, use all 6 points. And then while here, I can use 1 AP
Suits
on
my
that guy.
purposes.
To make actions and use abilities in combat, a character must spend action points to display their total points on the panel at the bottom of the screen. Every attack or an ability costs a certain AP associated with it, and the number of squares next to the icons of attack actions and other abilities indicate their AP cost. First, click a single shot on the weapons panel, hover over the enemy, and a tooltip will appear with the chances of hitting the enemy and possible damages. Okay. Certain abilities in the game are considered attack actions and can only be used once per turn unless affected by certain things. Okay. So, click, pistol, shot. 85% chance to hit.
Already
Fire. 9 damage. Done deal. At the start of combat, the Crime Lord gets whatever. Okay, that's right. And I didn't use that, so we're gonna end our turn. Alright. So that guy moved up. He killed them. I am going to take the Surefire Plan. And it's going to allow me to deal more damage. I'm also going to put more exploits on him.
Suits my purposes. All too easy.
And that's it. That's all I could do for my turn. Okay. How could you miss? That guy was right there. That's all I have? Okay. So characters within melee weapons can make an attack of opportunity if the opponent in the adjacent cell indicates movement. It also can be triggered by some abilities. All characters with a melee weapon, including the members in your party, can make an attack of opportunity. A chance to hit and deal damage is calculated just like a normal attack.
Suits my purpose. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
I can scarcely believe this on a day like
Poor
this.
Timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Like, clearly this guy knows who's doing what, right? Okay. So your character has just landed a critical hit that deals more damage. Critical hit damage is 150% of their normal damage. However, talents and effect, blah, blah, blah. Okay, got it. Oh, now all the guardsmen show up. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premises station.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
The Master of Whispers gives you a curt bow. Cool. You can open the map. You orient yourself using M. Okay, done. The wires in the servitor's head are smoldering, and it would seem the cause of the malfunction was the short-circuiting motive force. Sorry, I keep getting pulled off to talk about work. The Tarantula sentry gun, constructed by the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus, is the standard template construction of the Manufactorum's Hubla Gamma. Lenin arrest battle tank reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor in the first breach of the capital walls during the pacification of the Vortes Chintam.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh. Why did I get paused there? That was weird. A violet alloy, upon closer examination, turns out to be the handcrafted object. Symbols carved with permanent tools are visible on the surface. Your Lordship, do not worry. All threats have been eliminated. Absolutely safe in here. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. A black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern strange, barely perceptible glow on the inside of the artifact. A massive golden interspread sparkling particles.
None shall stand in my way.
The stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but the surface shimmers and changes its hue as if someone captured a piece of turbulent sea within this rock. A strange object that resembles a sea coral, and the porous surface is pitted, a sign that it has been underwater. A gray-green crystal with white veins on the low hum can be heard coming from the artifact.
Follow my lead.
If I see you raise your head again, I'll hand you over to the tech priest and server Turret. This exhibit is unfinished. Another symbol of House Valance's valor will be displayed here at some point in the future. Do not worry, all the threats have been. We have people cleaning up the blood right now. The Grand Vonship Temple occupies the entire space below the officer's deck and is lit by countless candles and lumens. Right. Oh, let's see if I can talk to you. No initiative, no independent thought, only the Sonna's commandments protocols. Okay. The lifts carrying people around the decks to move loud and grinding noise. Oh, neat. So these are like the elevators you used in oh, yeah. That's my mom. Cool. Friend said I have ADHD. Always dragging huge dump truck. It's got a picture of a butt on it.
A new challenge for me.
Oh, here's where I was supposed to go this whole time.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
I'm going to survey the room. Your first impression of Ethelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is the parchment-like skin stretched over the tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone, the nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by sight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over physical form. In stark contrast, Edelthard, Theodora von Valancy, features appear as if they were carved from marble. Internal and indestructible, head raised in proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Ethelflaed. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is gray-haired officer, who's more impeccable bearing, who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with pulsar and batarchus containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
The dry female voice of the powerful feeling of being watched forced you to look at Theodora, the rogue trader, who's looking straight at you with her gaze. like herself, is predatory and oppressive.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Passive skill test. Your character's skills reflect the knowledge and capabilities. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests. If such a test succeeds, new information will be revealed or hidden dialogue option will unlock. Your character is traveling with allies, party members with the highest score. The applicable skill is selected for each given passive skill test. So I guess because our Xenos is 35, the chance is 7 out of 100. And because we have more lore, it'd be 57 out of 100. So those spirits could very well be natives. A name for a dangerous ally. I would first verify that it is needed in the case of the population for Xeno worship. In the warp, though, there's always ways to confirm that is happening on Avon 6. Is witchcraft or not? It may cost several psychers to do so, but it would give us an answer.
Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants.
Ooh. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do. We're both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become any one of our status to engage in these petty feuds? I find your tone most agreeable, Ethathrad. You will kindly alter your manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. Shut up before I decide for you. I gave a straight answer.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Ethelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
That's it. Run away like a little dog.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me?
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed.
Oh, have they?
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity, and my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
That sounds like a great job.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Does this mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
I am ready to take on the sacred purpose.
Oh, yes. You would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest?
You don't have a
You came
choice.
aboard
I'm the
hours
main
before
character,
the
lady.
warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Wow. If you are satisfied with Enethral, then what is the sense of having this conversation? Why do you waste your time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. One could not in good faith describe your background as one of exemplary service to the Imperium.
How rude.
However, I am intrigued by you and your past. To have survived and prospered between the letters of the law is a rare achievement among those in our circle. You are skilled in the art of taking risks and cutting corners. Trust me when I say that you will have sufficient opportunity to apply this talent for the good of the house.
For the good of the house.
Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the Fon Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better.
Your remarkable mental abilities. Your outstanding intellect is known beyond the bounds of your home system. Woo! Look at me. So smart.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Navigator, translation, what are these things you speak of?
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars.
You are correct.
Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora,
Albert!
for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
That's gotta be one big ship. Where's your ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
I definitely could do that, yep.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
So what are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Gracious Lord Captain. Surely there are ways I can prove myself of a worthy heir.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
I have no more
In
questions.
that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
I get to prove myself so much faster than I thought. Theodora's vox awakens once more, and this time picking up shouting. The Lord Captain freezes, listening to the Vozcast, and then nods and draws her weapon. Oh my god, look at all those cultists. They must all die. And somehow, none of them hit us.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
All combatants act in turns. Their order is determined by the initiative roll. Order turns. Cool. So, Theodora, she will be first, followed by Albera. And then I will come after 3 of them. The lady first, she puts on Kill Them.
at the ready.
Oh, there's Mort. Oh, that was beautiful, Mort.
Your doom. Frame them. Make them bleed.
I've suffered worse.
I serve the
Alabad. Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover that a character can hide behind are marked with a shield or shield with a skull. When standing close to them, the character will automatically take the advantageous position. In this case, the chance the enemy will hit the cover and not the character behind them increases. The character will not receive a bonus if attacked from the side not protected by their correct cover. Apply the weakness. So I analyze the enemy,
Already done.
use that, and then the pistol.
Suits my purposes. You didn't stand a
Killed
chance.
one. Nice, good job. And turn.
chaos
The
guides
heretics cut throat.
me. Out of my way.
Oh, these guys are terrible.
My place is at the fore.
Leave.
Break their morale. For the glory of the Imperium.
Excuse me. Oh, that guy died too. Your character has received a positive temporary effect from an ally. Such effects enhance your character's capabilities. To learn more of the effect you have gotten, hover your character's portrait. So. The basic skill reflects the character's accuracy with all forms of ranged weapons and determines the trajectory of shots and burst high ballistic skills. So we get 30% more effective range out of our weapon. So we are going to do that again. We are then going to put on the surefire plan, and then we are going to fire
Nothing I can't do.
and miss. Okay. Wasn't bound to hit.
For now. No mercy for heretics.
There we go. So I was able to kill one person and then killed everyone else.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What is currently happening?
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Okay.
Oh, the casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer Prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
How could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who would dare attack the Lord Captain?
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle.
Ooh.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly.
The incident with the rampaging servitors may have been connected to what is transpiring now.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
What are your orders, ma'am?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. Oh. Alright, so what can we do? We can look at stuff. The massive metal structure never stops moving for a moment. The light bounces off the orbits and figures representing the celestial body. Let's take a look at the map here. Where am I supposed to be going? Still doesn't tell me where I'm going. So.
It's about time.
Nope, not going this way. Alright, let's go back. Keep firing, you oafs. No cowering behind, and no hiding. You see a traitor, you kill a traitor. The heretic's body is riddled with holes, and an improvised single shot lies smoking in his hand.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Hello, Mort. Mort has a big gun.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Yes.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Good job. No need, she's here.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warped madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Who could do such a thing? Who would attempt immunity here, in the warp?
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
18?
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately.
Seneschal, locate Tlassen, the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
Lazarus.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Ethelthrat back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-militant, and taking into consideration Ethelthrat's psychic powers.
Yep. Somehow I'm going along.
Then it's settled. Find Ethelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I hear and obey. I shall do everything in my power. I can't promise I won't lose our dearest heir some along the way.
Conrad, keep an eye on our spirited guest. You are personally responsible. Mort!
Go, Mort. Be free. Take the lady somewhere. I don't know.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do, lead the way. I have proposition since I am more important. I am the more important person here. You can go in front and shield me from the potential threats. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
Oh, certainly. Lady Theodora would be devastated if she were to lose one of her precious heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
What? Something hits you hard with a sharp crack, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Oh, he hit me in the back of the head. I promised you a very special destiny, Lazarus. It's time to fulfill it. This is not going to go well for us, Enterprise. After falling into a trap or receiving damage that exceeds 50% of their total wounds within one round, a character will receive a flesh injury. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. If 3 or more injuries acclimate, they will turn into a trauma. Hate when that happens. Ow! Why are you kicking me, Dirk?
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What is the meaning of
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you.
Ooh.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my masters sent me for. The warrant of trade.
I have no intention of helping you. Would you let me join you? No, that's the coward's way out. I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
I will do as you require, but I will find a way to make you pay for this. To the void with you. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For the brief moment you feel nauseous. Your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo to each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with the singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Fight the voice in your head. Get out, I am not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock you for desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence, forcing your feet, making you take the step towards the gates in the living center. Skill tests in dialogues. One of the available dialogue options requires you to make a skill test, unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically. In this case, you decide whether or not you select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated test. Okay. Tech use, 100%. Examine the device. In the gateway arch, you see the Cognigator with a human likeness built from the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, and an obedient automaton created from the lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Tech use test succeeded. You carefully inspect the design of the gate Cognigator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used in the material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of Archnotech relic? An incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology in the human's ancient past. 5 XP gained. The servitor on the gate begins to move, and with the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. A lower jaw opens up, a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing a string of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting and demanding a sacrifice. The voices that fill your head after Vogtir wounded you with the blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source collided itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin is covering is stitched together with a copper thread and has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems some of the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service of life of the unit would be much longer than ordinary Ottomans. You place your hand in the Sentinel's maw. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the Cognigator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you're beginning to feel sick. Perhaps you were lean against the gate. You could catch your breath and maybe even close your eyes and pretend like this never ever.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand. The quiet voice is coming from the crackling static, like it is the sentinel, the cognigator. It is a figment of your wary mind. Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem as if the entity huddled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do anything do to you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Thank you. Oh, there are the turrets. Oh, in the flame!
There is still another way.
Oh, he ran away. What a jerk. Who runs away like that? Can I actually run through all this? Like, back here. Nothing? Okay. Nice, go turret, go turret.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Still red hot from the gunfire, the engines of the death. Oh, what? Still red hot from the gunfire, the engines of death froze as they finished off the heretics that had infiltrated the sanctum of the void ship. And so that guy ran away. Still in here. The enormous gates match the importance of the thing they are trying to protect. The massive doors are made of a heavy metal that look impregnable.
Follow my lead.
What's this? An old injury, stack 1 of 20. Injury that wasn't healed in time and can be healed with a medkit, but requires the passing of the medikit skill test to succeed. What are traumas? If a character who has received 3 or more injuries does not heal them in time with a medkit, they will become traumas. The number of injuries that cause a trauma may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Traumas reduce the character's resolve, and also inflict additional negative effect, which depends on blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. Let it be known by my will and the true words of this document, I appoint the person bearing the warden trade to bestow the paragon of humanity on broken adversary, to walk bravely into the darkness and to unite and reclaim what is lost, to triumph over nightmares untold and to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily onto the road. Oh, I can't read that fast.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
A servitor skull creaking gradually turns to comprehensive words. What is the madness happening here? Who do you address me? I need a contact. I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
From the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Oh, my statement is ready? Cool. Oh, money. Cool. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need to contact someone, preferably Fedora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency,
Roger.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. Middle and
Lead
upper
me
deck.
on then.
Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units, calculated. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Oh, he was live. Lurk on Jenny. In dialogue. So now we have the journal. We can go through it and look at stuff. So this is the only thing we didn't find, but we couldn't have done it anyway, so that's fair. No one must reach the warrant. The simple order. Lock the chamber. Got it. Seal the warden chamber. So nobody can get inside. Oh. Hello, heretics.
Run, fools, or fall.
Elbar. He cut him in half. Nice. I like a good half cut sometimes.
Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me and somehow brought me here.
What?
He is clearly serving the unholy gods of the warp.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic.
Kunrad.
Oh, Voidfair, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
He did openly admit to being the mastermind behind this mutiny.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
Yep, and you're probably right.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Nice. Okay. So treating injuries, we can go through and do that. Got it. Cool. So we have to then select inventory items. Okay. Inventory. No, this is not my inventory. This is my inventory. Yep. Weapons and stuff. Okay. So we are going to put in our sniper rifle and our new armor. And then we are going to turn to Alberti. Because I can't use this, right? Like, no, you need Medicaid, and I don't have that. So we're going to give him all of that. Close this out. You're going to select him.
You consult the appropriate treaties on tactics. Back into the... That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Thank you.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the Navigator and the Master Helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the Navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
What has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, Navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the Navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
Sent me a Vox message, specifically a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warren Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort.
Ooh, it means I'm special.
The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
What can we expect to find in the Navigator's sanctum?
During warp transit, the sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
I am under no obligation to take such risks.
I concur that under ordinary circumstances, interrupting the Navigator's solitude would be equivalent to suicide. Right now, however, our sacrifice could prevent the demise of a rogue trader, a void ship of the Imperium, and all her crew, armaments, and equipment. The choice is obvious.
For the Imperium and humanity lead the way. Since I have no other choice, let's depart. You will go first, Seneschal. And the Navigator's sanctum, very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
Let us go.
Loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home! And with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
Okay. Oh look, some heretics. Combat begins with a tactical phase in which your characters cannot attack but can take actions for whatever. So, if I wanted to, I could take him and put him right there. And so he's right next to the enemy. And I could take me and put me not next to the enemy. Alright, let's start the battle. So you took 2 damage from a strike. Be careful, companions can get hurt by your burst attacks and area effect attacks. Avoid friendly fire. Combat abilities are different based on the archetypes, yada 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 yada. Okay.
Suits my purposes.
So we'll analyze the enemies. We'll do that there. And I will... see if I can't kill 3 people with 1 shot. Can I do it this way? Okay.
Not a problem for me. Was your biggest mistake.
Oh, I love that. That was so cool. Which clip that?
Chaos guides me.
I think I can do it too. I can't believe we killed 3 people with 1 shot. Your new companion is a warrior. Specializes in melee combat. Okay.
One fewer target. Victory is imminent.
The naval officer grants a brace of fact to each ally, including themselves. No, we'll leave that alone.
Just a minor setback.
I'm gonna take the cutthroat out in the back. %95 chance. Good night. Sweet princess. Nice, good dodge. Right there, right on. You're gonna do a cleave.
Reduced to dust.
Here we go. Everybody did.
Look no further.
We got a level. Nice. Levels are nice. So we got a laser pistol and some swords. We'll collect them all. Don't know what else to do with
Victory
them.
awaits.
We will level up our character here. So we have one thing. So currently my skill value is lower here. And so by increasing it a little bit, I get more logic or tech use. I kind of want tech use, so we're going to go tech use. Because tech use is really good for open doors or containers or hack coordinators. But logic is good for new dialogue options. Okay, well, we'll just do that. And then he is a warrior. So athletics is really good for climbing over slippery rocks. More dialogue options, so we'll do athletics for him. Cool. Let us leave then. On the way to the Navigator's Sanctum from the War Chamber. Oh, here's the Psyker.
I hear it here on the threshold of the blinded guide. Doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Here is a map of your voice chip. Consists of several parts between which you can travel. Some parts are yet not available. Cool.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abala, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
Idira? Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Ooh, crazy person. The entity of your consciousness shrinks and crawls back deeper, the claws scraping against the walls of your mind as the presence is trying to hide from the seer. You are wounded by the corruption weapon that may lead to the warp. Are you a diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud.
That's fair.
And you are Fon Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs.
One of, yeah.
Well then, we finally meet.
We do indeed finally meet.
Officers frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
Okay.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Okay. Do you have a plan for this?
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
How do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
Ooh. You flinch at the seer's words. No doubt she is referring to the nightmares that torturers afflict upon your body and mind, and your muscles contract involuntarily as if steeling themselves once more for the inevitable pain. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must see if the navigator is well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Ooh, calamity.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
She makes a very good point. Select one character, click on their portrait. Yeah, okay. Fallen piece of debris that almost proved fatal to you. Without Idra's prediction, you would have remained in this corridor forever.
None shall stand in my way.
This door will not budge. Clots of viscerous flesh had entangled in the metal, sealing the door shut. Hurry, destroy the field. Don't keep our master waiting.
It's about time.
Your doom has been foretold.
Surrender to the dark powers.
There we go. Adam Thorand, you're first.
I took care of this one.
That you did.
One fewer target.
Good afternoon, buddy. Hope the game is behaving. It is doing quite well there, Billy. How are you?
Let's get to it. Chaos guides me.
Heretic Brawler. You can use a hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your attempt. Okay, that's cool. I cannot see him. We'll have to do this person, expose their weaknesses. So we got exploit on them. And then I'm gonna do surefire plan. Take a shot.
All too easy. Opposing me
Yeah.
was your
Good night.
biggest mistake.
Good night, sweet princess. Alright. Idra is a psyker and an operative. She can stun any opponents and identify weaknesses.
Anything else? What's
Oh, nice. Good parry. Killed him. I'm okay. Hurt back. Being so unprotective this week for my stupid health, but I'm good. Glad to hear that, buddy. Well, I'm not glad that you hurt yourself, but I am glad that you are taking care of yourself.
A tactically
For your
sound
mental
approach.
health.
It will be done.
Here we go. We can now protect the navigator. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are currently shut. The two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits in the center of the forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. The servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Address Idra. What's wrong with him?
wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
That was supposed to work. Why did that not work? Is it because this is not supposed to have a thing? Oh, it's because this is not supposed to be there. Okay.
The balls on this guy! I love it. Who did I kill?
That came through somewhere else too. Let me check that again.
The balls on this guy!
So it's gonna come out of here.
I love it. Who did I kill?
There we go. Alright, so I gotta fix all these because they can't have chat messages in them because you guys won't say the chat message. You. So, save that one, and then the one for Pixie will also save. I kind of wanted it to have a chat message when you guys entered, which I can still add. Alright, and so we close all of that away. Hello, Crunky. Good morning. I have a call here in a few minutes, but I'll be back after. I gotta leave at like 12-ish, maybe 11:30 for a doctor's appointment. I'm getting checked for STIs as well as some general checkup stuff because I haven't been checked in a very long time, and so figured it'd be wise to do so. And it's been 3 years since my last time I was with a person, so there is a good chance I don't have anything, but just in case. I'm just getting old. I bent over to pick up a dust cover for a book. I got a jolt of pain down the right side of my body. So yeah, body is ready for the scrapyard. Oh, you'll be fine.
Your time is short.
The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls under the closed lid of the third eye and down his face, leaving a black trail. The voice is coming from the Vox grill at the base of the Bazaar's chair. It is unclear if the navigator is able to produce human speech. Are you all right? Suddenly, the navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward, then backwards into the seat, and then thrusts forward again as the bones crack and its skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild impertinuses. The mutant remains seated, but leans as far forward as he can. His layered remnant slowly turning to crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous, screaming mouth-like pits.
It came from beyond! His body is not his!
A scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigators, succumbing to the paradoxes of corruption.
Thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
You guys can't see it, but I'm like put my hands to my head, trying to like wrap my head around what's going on. This is the navigator continues to convulse violently in a seat, shrieking and crackling. But this fit stops abruptly. His face is drenched in a black crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream of mixed with the blood coming out of his nose, and there is a purplish swell around the eye.
Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Addressed Alibert. The navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the Servo Skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidus, good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears are mixed with the blood that are streaming from under the closed eyelids. The Vox base of the chair is bellowing ecstatic, imperseated with distant echoes of the otherworldly laughter.
I'm at your service.
The navigator appears to be dead. Only slight movement in his chest while twitching of the eyelids let you know that he is still alive. Okay. We will get a psyker, staff, and a scrappy auto gun. Yeah, we could do other weapons if we so desired. Let's pick up everything.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
The Navigator's Sanctum is the private haven of the ship's guide through the warp and a death trap for anyone left inside after the translation of the Imperium blah 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 blah. I can read words, I don't understand them, so I just try and say them. So this door that didn't originally open, does it open now? No, it does not. Okay. To the officers' deck. Okay. If you guys haven't played this before, this is essentially a Warhammer 40k XCOM 2 edition with a story. Really, a really decent story. So. I really like it. I did pre-order and help support the early access fund of the Inquisition they're coming out with. So I will be getting that game when it comes out. You're dead.
I shall pity not your enemies.
Ah.
I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot this.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Hey guys, it's a battle sister. You should not flirt with them, as they will try to burn your face. A white-haired woman turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment, it seems like she is not going to stop, and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta. Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
I am Lazarus von Valenci, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the Dark Forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I am no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
What is a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard the rogue trader ship? Your orders are to serve the Enchilarte, aren't they?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Come on.
Enough
Who's going to
idle
go
chatter.
anywhere?
I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Who are these people with you? What is happening on the officer's deck?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What the hell is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
I love their banter. This door is closed, but the lock looks intact. It would probably be opened with the right tool. Not me, though. I am not the tool. A well-maintained sniper rifle. The only thing different is it gives 1 damage. And you know what? 1 damage? All I ever wanted. Not probably a 2-handed axe. I'll probably give you a sword and a laser pistol for your backups. And then you have... I can't remember if he is good with a sniper rifle or not. Oh well. Moving on. Everybody gets a sword. Even you. We'll give you a giant axe as well. The explosion blasted a hole through the door large enough for a person to get through. Okay. Cool. A shipment of glow sticks. A crate of Trank injectors, maglev propellers, and salvage omniprocessors. Okay.
Follow my lead.
This door will not be moved an inch. It is blocked. Got it. Oh, okay. Somehow we opened this door.
Annihilate them!
Your Emperor won't save you!
I'm sure he might actually. Start the battle. Can I get right there? And then we'll just do a cleave.
That's not the Seneschal's job. I will do like I took care of this one.
Nice. Good job.
Out of my
It's
way.
your turn.
Death to not believe you.
Ha! What you get for trying to run away.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Characters with melee weapons block adjacent enemies performing their attacks with ranged weapons. Pistols and shotguns are the exception to this rule and can be fired at point blank. Okay.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. I'll do it.
Fire.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless. Guided by faith. Doubt is for the weak.
Missed again. Alright. Types cover. Full cover is indicated with the school. Okay. We'll apply weakness. I will do the surefire plan. I will bring out the headshot. End my turn because there's nothing I can do. Idra, I think I'm gonna get her to do chain lightning if I can. It depends on where everybody places though. Okay, so if I get her to here, can I then chain lightning this guy?
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Chain lightning. Nice, good job. And we'll apply a weakness here. And then it will be Albert. Take a swing. Kill that guy.
Indeed.
Kill that guy.
It will be done.
And he can put in a brace for impact for himself.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Oh, nice, good parry. Nice try. Another good parry. Very nice, very nice. So we're gonna move Sister up. He's gonna take a shot. Killed. Nice, good kill. You got nothing for next turn, so we'll wait. I take a 95% shot back there. Take him out. Nice. Them this. There we go. Idra.
On it. God, terrible power.
Lightning arc. Nice.
Such is the will of chaos.
You will run up to here, and then you will just charge. Good job, everybody.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
Right. All right, so I'm gonna save this game here. We are gonna save it as a new game. The Twitch stream. I will come back either later today or something to play more of it. I want to make sure that it was saved as save. It's not called When I Make It. Oh, okay. So no, it did. It did. This is just if it's a new save. Okay, just checking. So I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna take a little nap before my pending leave to go to my doctor's appointment. I am not allowed to eat any food. I can only drink water until I get there. So I am enjoying this game. It's really good. I want to play more of it. Currently, though, go raid Jamie because she's playing the new. Yeah, she's playing the new fork knife stuff that is going on. Yeah, so we'll go raid Jemmy. Then there's only a few of you here. And ads are currently going on. If you didn't notice, I did remove Frosted Tools because I currently don't need it. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it very much. We'll see you next time. Sorry you guys